prayer, right? That's just asking God for things. So it's okay, yeah, prayer is a conversation. But good prayer, the prayer that Jesus really wants us to focus on, is this gospel here. Remain in me as I remain in you. And by remaining there, by being with the Blessed Trinity, by simply sitting with God in silence, in his presence in the Eucharist, in his presence among communities, whether it's in our family or our larger parish community or in nature, wherever we are able to just remain with him. By remaining with him, we allow ourselves to become more like him so that we can bear fruit that will last. And that gets very difficult because often we can sit there and try our darndest to remain there, to remain with him, but then we get distracted and we get bored and we get tired. We realize how hungry we are and that this might be kind of a waste of time. I got other important things I can do, and I have an earning to live, or I have to earn my living and whatnot. Those distractions and all those excuses are there to not remain with him, and then that's when our prayer starts to go south and desolation creeps in, and we stop praying altogether, and we stop, whatever, right? That vicious cycle continues. But the more that we can daily go to the Lord and remain with him and become more like him, then we bear fruit. And that fruit isn't what necessarily we want, but it's fruit that's coming from the Lord, and it will bring joy and happiness and feelings of fulfillment, which is ultimately what we all desire, right? Including eternal life. The two best people to really look at are Mary and Joseph. We're going to crown Mary tomorrow, that's why she's out here today. So as we look at our Blessed Mother, and today, May 1st, we celebrate St. Joseph the Worker. Pope Francis is really asking us to look at Joseph very intimately this year of St. Joseph. But if we look at them and their lives in the Scriptures, we see what that remaining in God looks like. They had their own plans, I'm sure. I have no doubt that Mary planned on being the mother of many children. With a heart that loves like hers, she would want to love over and over and over again. And she does, that's why she's the mother of all of us, right? She wanted many children to love, and now she's all of our mother. So that did come true. Not the way she thought it would, right? I have no doubt Joseph, in the same way, wanted to, with the heart of his, to love as many children as possible. He is our foster father as well, right? And God called them to a different way of loving many people, right? And we see in the Scriptures, they don't ask for anything. The only thing Mary really asks for is at the wedding at Cana, when she asks Jesus to fix the problem of the wine, a woman after my own heart, right? To continue that partying and celebrating that this couple became one, right? Joseph, he asks to divorce her quietly, but then the angel Gabriel comes in, and God's messenger, the angel Gabriel, and says, Joseph, we have a different idea for you. She didn't cheat on you. She's pregnant with God's son. And he's like, oh, okay, sure, I'm in. Because in their spiritual lives, they remained with God. And then as the Lord threw them what we would consider curveballs, because they were remaining with the Lord, they just knew, okay, this is God's will. I trust. I know that the Lord is looking out for me and that he's walking with me. And they accepted every curveball thrown their way. Even when they lost the child Jesus, when they found him in the temple, they didn't lose their cool. We don't see that in the Scriptures, right? They knew God will provide. The Lord is with us because they remained in him. So how do we do that well? I'm still working on it myself, so I'm the right one to ask. But it's the practice of daily prayer. just to be able to sit with the Lord. So, friends, if you're not praying every day, start today. And Mass does count, but it doesn't count. Like, go home and sit with the Lord in silence. Silence is best, because that way you get rid of all the distractions and just be with it. If you haven't done it before, start with 3 minutes. Give each person of the Blessed Trinity a minute of your time. Set your cell phone alarm clock and sit for 3 minutes in silence. I'd say 5, but if you're really short on time, go 3. And then, week and a half from now, we evaluate. Can you go from 3 minutes to 5 minutes? Eventually go from 5 to 10. 10 becomes 20. Maybe by Christmas you're praying a holy hour every day. Just to sit and remain with God. Allow His grace to fill you. St. Bernard of Clairvaux said that we should view ourselves as a bowl that fills up with God's grace. And once we're filled, then we will overflow onto everyone and everything around us. That God's grace will just overflow out of us. We only receive that grace by sitting and remaining with Him. Start today. Continue tomorrow. And come Monday morning when you get totally overwhelmed with work or school or chores around the house and you forget to pray, that's okay. Start again on Tuesday. And the next time you fall, it's okay. Start again the next day. We just got to keep getting up and trying. The evil one doesn't want us to pray. The evil one wants you to sit down and think, this is a waste of my time. God, that was what he's talking about. This is stupid. I'm not doing this anymore. That's what the evil one wants. In that case, give an extra minute to common courage to piss the devil off. I can say that, I'm a priest. just be with the Lord. Sit with Him. Remain in Him.